The story of Psyche and Cupid begins long, long ago and far, far away. In a village in ancient Greece lived three sisters. The two older sisters were good-looking, but the youngest, Psyche, was beautiful beyond compare, both inside and out. The sisters and the villagers left offerings for their god, and the gods looked down on Psyche with delight. However, one goddess was not pleased at all. Aphrodite saw the villagers giving their offerings to Psyche instead of to her, and was very jealous. She called her son Cupid, the god of love, and told him to shoot Psyche with one of his golden arrows. Cupid went to Psyche's chamber, but when he pricked her with his arrow, he also accidentally pricked himself. Psyche and Cupid fell in love. When Cupid fled back to his mother, telling her of Psyche's beauty, she became more enraged. She cast a spell on Psyche so that neither king nor prince nor peasant would ask for her hand in marriage. Psyche's two sisters married princes, but even though many men came from far and wide to worship Psyche's beauty, none asked to marry her. Her parents consulted with the oracle. The king and queen were told to take Psyche to the top of a towering rock and leave her to meet her fate. Mother and daughter said goodbye for what they feared would be the last time, and a mourning procession led Psyche away. While Psyche stood trembling with eyes full of fear, the god of warm west wind whisked her away to a magnificent palace. As she wandered through the open door, she heard a soft voice say, "Fair Psyche, everything here is yours. These voices you hear are at your command. Whatever you desire, beautiful clothes, delicate food, lovely music will be brought to you." Psyche lived in the magical palace and had all that she desired. At night, Cupid visited her, but Cupid would never let himself be seen, for he was an immortal. After some time, Psyche became lonely and wanted to see her sisters. Reluctantly, Cupid allowed their visit. However, when Psyche's sisters saw the splendor of her life, they planted seeds of doubt in Psyche's mind, telling her that her husband must be a monster who planned to devour her in her sleep. They convinced her to sneak a look at her mysterious husband. That night, Psyche lit an oil lamp and shone it upon him. There she saw not a monster, but a beautiful young man with wings of shining white. She was so moved that she spilled a drop of burning oil on Cupid's shoulder and wounded him. He awoke, feeling betrayed by Psyche, flew out the window. Psyche tried to follow him, but fell to the ground, crying out to Cupid. When she looked back, she saw that the palace and the gardens had vanished. One day she came upon the temple of Demeter, goddess of harvest. She swept and cleaned Demeter's temple and invited the farmers to dance in her honor. In appreciation, Demeter advised Psyche to modestly plead for Aphrodite's help. Psyche sought out Cupid's mother, who received her with annoyance. "So," she said, "if you want to be the wife of a god, you will have to prove yourself worthy. I have 3 tasks for you." Psyche completed the first 2 tasks and returned to Aphrodite, who was more annoyed than ever. She then assigned Psyche her 3rd and hardest task. Aphrodite commanded her to travel to the Underworld and bring back some of Persephone's beauty in a box. Psyche thought that this would truly be her end. She wanted to give up, but then she heard a gentle voice say, "Do not lose hearts now, Psyche, for your trials are almost at an end. Listen carefully and follow these directions, and you will return safely and be reunited with Cupid. Carry gold coins for Charon, the boatman, who will take you across the river Styx. To distract the 3-headed dog, Cerberus, carry barley bread and soaked in honey. Ignore any breaders who might cause you to drop your coins of bread. When you arrive in the Underworld, refuse Hades' hospitality or you will never return. Finally, when you return, do not open the box." Psyche followed every direction except the last. She had wanted a little of the beauty and opened it, only to be overcome by the mist of eternal sleep. Fortunately, Cupid found Psyche and removed the spell and returned the mist to the box. He completed the task and asked Zeus for the permission to marry her and to make her immortal. Zeus consented and sent Mercury to bring Psyche up to Mount Olympus. Escorted by the Graces, Zeus gave her the cup of heavenly ambrosia, saying, "Drink this, Psyche, and become immortal." The gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus danced for joy, and Psyche and Cupid lived happily ever after.